In 1970, Arthur Penn gifted us with Little Big Man, a film that defies typical Western genre conventions. This classic also incorporates elements of comedy, drama, and adventure. One scene, in particular, left audiences both shocked and excited, a memorable bathtub sequence involving the lead character. Stay tuned as we delve into the impact of this daring moment in the movie. The movie, Little Big Man, is a classic film from the 1970s. It tells the story of a white man named George Little, who was raised by the Cheyenne Nation during the 19th century. The film highlights the contrast between American pioneers and Native Americans. As the movie Little Big Man opens, we meet Jack Crabb, played by Dustin Hoffman, who reminisces about his extraordinary life as a 121-year-old man speaking to a historian. Growing up alongside his sister Caroline, their lives take a dramatic turn when they're found by a Cheyenne Indian after a brutal Pawnee attack on a wagon train. This shocking event sets the stage for Jack's unique journey through America's tumultuous frontier era. Throughout the film, we see the world unfold through Jack's eyes, experiencing both triumph and tragedy, ultimately shaping him into the remarkable centenarian he becomes. Furthermore, the film offers a fresh perspective on history, especially in its portrayal of the events surrounding the killing of Custer and his troops at Little Bighorn. This classic sheds light on the experience of Native Americans during a tumultuous period. Focusing on the life of an actual historical figure, the movie brings to life the story of a Native American Lakota who was a respected warrior. Through the eyes of this character, viewers gain insight into the struggles and resilience of Native Americans as they navigated the complexities of their society against the backdrop of encroaching settlers and military forces. The narrative challenges traditional views of historical events, encouraging audiences to reconsider their understanding of the past and examine the consequences of those moments. As the character confronts the realities of war and peace, the film emphasizes the rich cultural heritage and history of the Lakota people, allowing for a deeper appreciation of their perspective on the events that shaped their lives. The blend of humor and tragedy serves to humanize the experiences of those involved, bridging the gap between different sides of history and creating an opportunity for reflection. In Arthur Penn's 1970 cinematic release, Little Big Man, Chief Dan George made a significant impact with his portrayal of Old Lodge Skins. This performance earned him a historic nomination for the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor, making him the first Native American ever recognized in this category. Before George took on the role, other renowned actors like Marlon Brando, Laurence Olivier, and Richard Boone were also considered for the part of Old Lodge Skins. George's casting proved pivotal, as he brought depth and authenticity to the character, captivating audiences with his heartfelt delivery. His interpretation provided viewers with an intimate glimpse into the cultural richness and personal struggles faced by Native Americans during that time period depicted in the movie. Before finding success in Hollywood, Chief Dan George was already an accomplished figure in his own right. Belonging to the Tsleil-Waututh Nation, a Coast Salish band located in North Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, he served his community as a chief and spiritual leader prior to embarking on his acting career. When approached for the role in Little Big Man, George had limited experience in acting but possessed natural talent and charisma that shined through in his unforgettable performance. Old Lodge Skins emerges as one of the most intriguing characters in the movie, serving both as a mentor and confidant to the protagonist, Jack Crabb, played by Dustin Hoffman. Throughout their journey together, Old Lodge Skins imparts wisdom and shares stories that illuminate crucial aspects of Native American culture, often challenging the preconceived notions held by those around them. By embracing these teachings, Crabb gains insightful knowledge, which helps shape his understanding of life and identity throughout the storyline. To sum up, the groundbreaking role assumed by Chief Dan George in Little Big Man allowed him to demonstrate his remarkable talents, while sharing indispensable facets of Native American heritage with global audiences. Despite initial considerations involving high-profile actors like Marlon Brando, Laurence Olivier, and Richard Boone, ultimately George's unique blend of sincerity and cultural significance left an enduring mark on cinema history, and will forever remain cherished among fans of this classic film. In the 1970 movie Little Big Man, Dustin Hoffman delivered a remarkable performance, playing the character Jack Crabb from adolescence to the ripe old age of 120. This impressive feat earned him a spot in the Guinness Book of World Records. To prepare for the role, Hoffman had to undergo extensive vocal training to perfect the raspy voice associated with advanced age. He locked himself in his dressing room and screamed for an hour each day, pushing the boundaries of his vocal cords to capture the essence of an aged man. Through dedication and hard work, Hoffman successfully transformed into the centenarian version of Jack Crabbe, leaving audiences in awe of his commitment to the craft. His preparation for this iconic role remains a testament to his versatility and passion for acting. Surely, this classic film will continue to captivate viewers for generations to come. And who knows what other records Hoffman might have set if he took on more roles like this one. After all, age is just a number, especially when it comes to great performances in film. During the making of Little Big Man, the special effects makeup for the old man face was meticulously crafted using a 14-piece latex mask by Dick Smith, requiring about 5 hours for application. Despite his acting prowess, Dustin Hoffman faced significant stress portraying the role, even turning back to smoking during filming. Interestingly, Jack Crabbe's character drew inspiration from Curly, one of Custer's Native American scouts. While the Little Bighorn battle scenes were filmed in Montana, other Indian scenes were filmed near Calgary, Alberta, Canada. In the novel, Old Lodge Skins dies, but not in the film to avoid introducing sadness. In the 1970 film Little Big Man, Dustin Hoffman stars as Jack Crabbe, a white man raised by Native Americans who recounts his life experiences to a historian. Interestingly, although Hoffman plays a younger adopted son of Faye Dunaway's character, Mistress Pendrake, he was already 4 years older than Dunaway in real life. One notable scene in the movie features Dunaway in a bathtub, which has been highlighted as a film standout. This moment showcases her allure and captivating screen presence, stealing the spotlight effortlessly. Her portrayal of Mistress Pendrake remains memorable and adds depth to this classic's rich cast of characters. Indeed, even when sharing scenes with more prominent actors like Hoffman, Dunaway holds her own, demonstrating her remarkable talent and charisma. Actress Faye Dunaway has earned a reputation for being demanding on set, but she sees it as a reflection of her commitment to excellence and meticulousness. In the 1970 film Little Big Man, her dedication shines through in every scene. This groundbreaking picture skillfully weaves together elements of tall tales, biting satire, and historical accounts, offering sharp critiques of traditional portrayals of Native Americans. The story follows the life of Jack Crabbe, played by Dustin Hoffman, who recounts his experiences growing up among indigenous communities in the American West during the 1800s. Throughout the movie, audiences see how distorted views of these native populations have taken root over time. By presenting events through the lens of Crabbe's unique personal journey, the film challenges preconceived ideas about Native Americans and their culture. Dunaway plays the role of Mistress Pendrake, one of several influential women in Crabbe's life. As can be expected, she brings depth and nuance to the character, making Mistress Pendrake both memorable and thought-provoking. Despite playing just a supporting part, Dunaway leaves an indelible impression that lingers long after the credits roll. Director Arthur Penn expertly balances humor and drama throughout the movie, ensuring neither feels out of place. He also manages to maintain respect for the serious subjects explored, while poking fun at societal norms and expectations, particularly those related to race relations and cultural representation. Through its unflinching examination of history, Little Big Man ultimately encourages viewers to reassess what they think they know about America's past. If you enjoyed the clever humor and captivating storytelling of Forrest Gump, then you're sure to appreciate Little Big Man. This classic film offers a delightful blend of wit and drama that will keep you engaged from start to finish. Much like Tom Hanks' beloved character, Dustin Hoffman delivers a memorable performance as Jack Crabbe, a man who recounts his extraordinary life experiences, set against the backdrop of the American frontier. Little Big Man explores themes of identity, culture, and survival through the eyes of a white boy raised by Native Americans. The film boasts impressive cinematography, transporting viewers to vast prairies and thrilling battles while highlighting the stark contrast between two distinct ways of life. With sharp dialogue and engaging pacing, it effortlessly weaves together moments of both laughter and sorrow. Throughout the journey, audiences can't help but root for Jack Crabbe as he navigates various challenges and relationships across different communities. From his adopted Cheyenne family to encounters with historical figures like General George Custer, each situation adds depth to his unique narrative. Ultimately, Little Big Man serves up a satisfying serving of smart humor, accompanied by thoughtful reflections on humanity, perfect for anyone looking to immerse themselves in a compelling tale reminiscent of Forrest Gump's charm. Released in 1970, Little Big Man quickly made an impression on audiences and critics alike. This classic film, directed by Arthur Penn, offered a unique perspective on the American West through its satirical lens. Starring Dustin Hoffman as Jack Crabb, a white man raised by Native Americans, it explored themes of cultural identity and conflict. During its time, the movie received positive reviews for its bold storytelling approach. Audiences were drawn to its humor, humanity, and thoughtful critique of Western expansion. By presenting a nuanced portrayal of Native Americans, Little Big Man stood out among typical Hollywood productions. Its success paved the way for more diverse narratives in cinema. Following the release of Little Big Man, several works emerged inspired by its innovative take on frontier life. Spin-offs like The Life and Times of Grizzly Adams took elements of the original film, while books such as Michael Blake's Dances with Wolves carried forward its message of understanding between cultures. These derivatives highlight the lasting influence of the movie. Moreover, Little Big Man left its mark beyond films and literature. Merchandise ranging from soundtracks to posters became sought-after collectibles over the years. Additionally, the film played a significant role in shaping public discourse around historical events and their representation in media. Despite being nearly half a century old, Little Big Man remains relevant today. As viewers continue to engage with its narrative, it's clear that this groundbreaking film has etched itself into our collective consciousness. Dustin Hoffman, known for his diverse roles, took on the part of Jack Crabb, a white man raised by Native Americans. The director, Arthur Penn, wanted someone who could convincingly portray both cultures. After seeing Hoffman's performance in The Graduate, he believed Hoffman was perfect for the role. For the character of Chief Dan George, a respected elder of the Cheyenne Nation, the filmmakers sought authenticity. They found it in Dan George, then 71 years old, who had never acted before but lived a life rich in cultural traditions. His natural charisma and wisdom won him the role of Old Lodge Skins. Faye Dunaway, already an established star, joined the cast as Mistress Pendrake, the sexually charged wife of a military officer. Although she initially hesitated about her character's limited screen time, she was drawn to working with Arthur Penn again after their successful collaboration in Bonnie and Clyde. Richard Mulligan played Colonel George Armstrong Custer, a pivotal figure in the story. Known for his comedic performances, Mulligan embraced the challenge of playing a more serious role. He underwent extensive research to accurately depict Custer's complex personality. Casting the supporting roles also required careful consideration. Many indigenous actors were selected based on their ability to authentically represent various tribes and communities. Among them were Cal Bellini, Jeff Corey, Martin Balsam, and Amy Eccles. During rehearsals, the cast bonded over shared meals and discussions about the historical context of the story. These interactions helped create camaraderie and strengthen the ensemble's overall performance. As shooting began, the actors brought to life a captivating tale filled with humor, drama, and powerful messages about identity, culture, and survival. The director of Little Big Man, Arthur Penn, brought a unique vision to life through his personal touches and collaboration with the cast and crew. With a background in theater, he approached filmmaking as a way to tell stories that resonated with audiences. Penn was influenced by Italian neorealism, which emphasized realistic portrayals of everyday people. This influence can be seen in Little Big Man's grounded depiction of Native American culture and the harsh realities of the frontier. He also drew inspiration from French New Wave cinema, favoring unconventional narrative structures over traditional three-act plots. Collaboration played a key role in shaping the film's direction. Working closely with screenwriter Calder Willingham, Penn crafted a non-linear narrative centered around Dustin Hoffman's character, Jack Crabb. Their partnership resulted in a rich exploration of identity, perspective, and historical truth. Arthur Penn encouraged improvisation during rehearsals, allowing actors like Hoffman to bring depth and nuance to their performances. By fostering an environment where creativity could flourish, Penn captured authentic moments on camera that added layers of meaning to each scene. The cinematographer, Harry Stradlin Jr., contributed significantly to the visual language of Little Big Man. Using wide-angle lenses and natural lighting, he created striking images that evoked both beauty and danger inherent in the Wild West. His work complemented Penn's vision perfectly, resulting in a visually captivating film. Throughout production, Arthur Penn remained committed to showcasing the human experience amidst tumultuous times. Through his innovative approach and dedication to collaboration, he left an indelible mark on American cinema with Little Big Man. Let's dive into the making of Little Big Man, a groundbreaking 1970 Western film directed by Arthur Penn. The production faced several challenges due to its ambitious scope and innovative approach. The set design was intricate, aiming to accurately portray the lives of both Native Americans and early American settlers. Production designer Dean Tavoularis created detailed settings reflective of each group's unique culture. Teepees, forts, and villages were all meticulously crafted to immerse viewers in the story's expansive environment. Filming took place across Montana, Wyoming, and South Dakota, capturing stunning landscapes essential to the narrative. However, these remote locations presented numerous logistical issues. Crew members had to build infrastructure like roads, bridges, and even temporary housing for cast and staff before shooting could begin. Another challenge came from the weather conditions. Unpredictable storms often disrupted schedules, causing delays and forcing crew members to adapt quickly. Despite these obstacles, they managed to capture breathtaking footage showcasing America's vast frontier. Little Big Man also pioneered some technical aspects. To achieve authenticity, cinematographer Gordon Willis used wide-angle lenses and natural lighting whenever possible. This choice added depth and realism to scenes depicting life on the prairie. Additionally, the editing process broke new ground. Dov Honig edited the film chronologically unconventional order, contributing to its non-linear narrative style. This creative decision further distinguished Little Big Man from traditional Western films. Despite the many hurdles encountered during production, Little Big Man stands out as a milestone in cinema history. Its daring vision, coupled with impressive sets, beautiful location shots, and cutting-edge techniques, makes it a must-watch for fans of thoughtful, provocative filmmaking. The musical score of Little Big Man, a groundbreaking 1970 Western film directed by Arthur Penn, plays a crucial role in shaping its unique narrative and emotional tone. Composed by John Hammond, the hauntingly beautiful score perfectly captures the essence of the story, one that explores the complex relationship between Native Americans and white settlers during the latter half of the 19th century. Hammond drew inspiration from traditional American Indian music, blending it seamlessly with more conventional orchestral arrangements. This fusion created a sonic landscape that feels both familiar yet exotic, paralleling the cultural clash depicted on screen. For instance, the opening theme combines gentle flute melodies reminiscent of nature with somber strings evoking sadness and loss. Interestingly, Hammond wasn't the first choice for composer. Initially, famed musician Leonard Cohen was approached, but declined due to other commitments. However, his influence can still be felt throughout the film through several songs he wrote, which were used in key scenes, including Cloudy and I'll Leave Me When I'm Gone. Collaboration played a significant part in crafting the soundtrack. Folk singer Chris Christopherson contributed to the soundtrack, lending his distinct voice to the ballad of Little Big Man, a song reflective of the protagonist's journey. Additionally, the Buffalo Springfield track Mr. Soul features prominently during a pivotal scene, encapsulating the generational divide and disillusionment prevalent in the era. Composer John Hammond once stated, "Music has the power to transport us to different places, times and mindsets with Little Big Man. I wanted to create something that would resonate deeply with audiences, mirroring their emotional journey alongside the characters." His successful execution of this vision resulted in a profoundly moving and memorable cinematic experience. One of the most iconic scenes in Little Big Man comes early in the film, when Jack Crabb, the protagonist, encounters his first Native Americans after surviving the massacre of his family by a rival tribe. As a young boy, Jack is adopted by the Cheyenne and grows up among them. This scene establishes the film's unique perspective on the American West, one that challenges traditional narratives of manifest destiny and romanticized portrayals of cowboys and Indians. The direction in this scene is masterful, capturing the sense of wonder and fear experienced by Jack as he approaches the Cheyenne camp. Director Arthur Penn uses sweeping shots of the prairie to convey the vastness of the landscape and the isolation of Jack's experience. At the same time, close-ups of Jack's face reveal his confusion and apprehension. Dustin Hoffman's performance as Jack Crabb is also crucial to the success of this scene. His wide eyes and hesitant movements convey the character's vulnerability and innocence. Yet Hoffman also imbues Jack with a stubborn resilience that will serve him well in the trials to come. Cinematographer Harry Stradling Jr.'s work in this scene is equally impressive. He makes skillful use of natural light to create a sense of authenticity and immediacy. The warm tones of the setting sun cast a golden glow over the Cheyenne camp, suggesting a welcoming embrace rather than a threat. This scene has had a profound impact on audiences, challenging their assumptions about race, culture, and identity. According to Hoffman, it was really something new to see Native Americans presented as human beings, with their own language, customs, and beliefs. For many viewers, this scene marked a turning point in their understanding of the complex history of the American West. Another iconic scene occurs near the end of the film, when an aging Jack returns to the site of the Battle of the Little Bighorn. Now a white man living in a military fort, Jack is haunted by memories of the past and grapples with his mixed heritage. As he stands alone amidst the graves of fallen soldiers, he reflects on the cost of westward expansion and the devastation it wrought upon Native communities. Once again, Penn's direction is exemplary, employing subtle visual cues to evoke a sense of melancholy and loss. A slow zoom-out reveals the stark contrast between the peaceful beauty of the landscape and the violence that once occurred there. Composer John Hammond's mournful score adds to the poignancy of the moment, lending a funereal air to the proceedings. Hoffman delivers another powerful performance, conveying Jack's inner turmoil through small gestures and facial expressions. His quiet introspection serves as a counterpoint to the bombastic rhetoric of the military officials who surround him. Straddling cinematography is similarly effective, making use of muted colors and soft lighting to capture the somber mood. The camera lingers on the faces of the soldiers, highlighting the weariness etched into their features. This scene resonates deeply with audiences, prompting reflection on the legacy of colonialism and the ongoing struggle for indigenous rights. According to producer Stuart Millar, we wanted to challenge the notion of heroic conquest and explore the consequences of our actions on those we dispossessed. By juxtaposing the grandeur of the American mythos with its darker underbelly, Little Big Man invites us to consider alternative perspectives and engage in meaningful dialogue about our collective past. The 1970 film Little Big Man, directed by Arthur Penn, made a significant splash upon its release, leaving a lasting impression on audiences and influencing popular culture. Starring Dustin Hoffman, the movie presented a unique take on the classic Western genre by telling the story through the perspective of a white man raised by Native Americans. The film's portrayal of indigenous cultures was groundbreaking for its time, challenging stereotypes and showcasing their rich heritage. Audiences were captivated by the vivid depiction of Cheyenne society, their customs, beliefs, and way of life. This representation helped spark conversations about the treatment of Native American communities and spurred interest in learning more about their history and experiences. Little Big Man also delved into complex issues like identity, racism, and the brutal realities of westward expansion. By exploring these topics from multiple angles, the movie fostered dialogue around previously taboo subjects and encouraged viewers to question societal norms. Moreover, the film's innovative narrative structure further distinguished it from traditional Hollywood productions. Told in flashbacks, the story unfolds as an elderly protagonist recounts his extraordinary life journey. This creative approach proved both intriguing and influential, inspiring future directors to experiment with non-linear storytelling techniques. As a result, Little Big Man left an indelible mark on cinema and broader culture. Its thoughtful exploration of critical social and cultural themes continues to resonate today, serving as a testament to the power of art to challenge conventions and stimulate meaningful conversation. Certainly, Little Big Man, released in 1970, garnered positive critical reception. Critics praised its storytelling and Dustin Hoffman's performance. Audiences found the movie engaging with its unique take on Native American history. The film received several award nominations, including Oscar nominations for Best Actor and Best Supporting Actor. These accolades signify recognition for the hard work and talent of the cast and crew, validating their efforts in bringing this story to life on the big screen. During the filming of Little Big Man, Dustin Hoffman had trouble riding horseback due to his lack of experience. To help him look comfortable in the saddle, wranglers tied Hoffman's feet to the stirrups while he was unconscious. He woke up confused but rode like a natural. Famously, Chief Dan George, who played Old Lodge Skins, was over 80 years old when he appeared in the movie. Despite his age, he learned to ride a horse backwards for one scene, a testament to his dedication and enthusiasm. The casting process for the young Jack Crabbe was extensive, involving hundreds of auditions. Eventually, 13-year-old Joel Abelson secured the part after impressing director Arthur Penn with his energy and authenticity. Filming took place on location in Montana and South Dakota, where temperatures often dropped below freezing. This led to some humorous moments, such as when Richard Mulligan wore women's thermal underwear beneath his costume because it was warmer than what the wardrobe department provided for men. A significant challenge faced by the crew involved shooting scenes featuring both interior and exterior settings simultaneously. They achieved this through innovative use of large mirrors positioned strategically around the set. However, these reflections sometimes captured unintended elements, leading to surprising inclusions in certain shots. Despite these challenges, the production fostered camaraderie among the cast and crew. For instance, they would gather around a campfire each night to share stories, sing songs, and bond over their shared experiences, creating Little Big Man. Little Big Man, released in 1970, holds a significant position in film history. This groundbreaking movie, directed by Arthur Penn, brought forth a new perspective on the American Western genre. Unlike traditional Western films, Little Big Man presented a more balanced view of the conflict between white settlers and Native Americans. The film's humanizing portrayal of indigenous people was a stark contrast to earlier stereotypes. The protagonist, Jack Crabb, played by Dustin Hoffman, adds another layer to the story. His character, a white man raised by Cheyenne tribes, offers a unique insight into both cultures. This narrative device allowed for a richer exploration of the cultural clash and its tragic consequences. Little Big Man has had a profound impact on future filmmaking. Its innovative approach to storytelling and genre conventions influenced many directors who followed. For instance, Kevin Costner's Dances with Wolves shares similar themes and narrative structure, further highlighting Little Big Man's influence. Moreover, the film sparked conversations about historical narratives and the representation of marginalized communities. It challenged audiences to question their assumptions about history and prompted a more nuanced understanding of the past. Subsequent works have been inspired by Little Big Man's boldness. The TV series Deadwood and Longmire carry forward some of the film's themes, presenting complex narratives set in the American West. In conclusion, Little Big Man's legacy lies in its radical departure from conventional Western cinema. Its influence extends beyond film, inspiring television productions and encouraging discussions about historical narratives. Did you know that the 1970 movie Little Big Man left a lasting impression on many viewers? We'd love to hear about your personal connections to this groundbreaking film. Perhaps it was the powerful performances that moved you, or maybe the story sparked new thoughts about historical events. Whatever your experience, we're eager to learn more. If you've seen Little Big Man, take a moment to reflect on its influence. How did it affect your view of cinema or shape your understanding of the Old West? Share your stories with us, and don't forget to engage with our community by liking, sharing, and subscribing for future discussions. Your voice matters, so let's start a conversation. Tell us about the moments that resonated with you, and why. By engaging with each other, we can all deepen our appreciation for the art of filmmaking. So go ahead, dive into your memories, and help us explore the world of Little Big